we're gonna take that out. We're gonna cut that. Oh, hi guys. Welcome back to another episode. And I think this is gonna be a good one. I will be so transparent and tell y'all that I did have to redo this episode because I watched it back and it was just a little bit too it was a little bit too much. I shared a little bit too much tea. So this episode is I'm still gonna give you the tea. Don't worry, believe me. I have a whole lineup. It is storming outside currently, or it's about to storm, so I figured this is the perfect day to record an episode. And also, it's been a hot second, so there's a lot to catch you up on. I'm gonna pull up my note app because oof, there's so much. So, girl, get ready. So first things first, just to update, I moved. I'm in my new location now. And I'm in love with it so far. I love my apartment. I'm loving how I decorated it. There's still a couple more things that I need to do that aren't particularly to my liking, but I'm in love with it. Norman loves it for the most part. He's currently playing with his toys, so apologies if you can hear that. Yeah, I really do like it here. I started my new job and it's been good. It's been really fast paced, but it's been good. I have been obsessed with being closer to my best friends. Really miss my girlies that I moved away from, but I don't know. You can't win it all, and I'm just meant to be here right now, I guess. But yeah, okay. So it's been a while, and I kind of just wanted to take the first part of this episode and just really clarify why I even started this podcast and what the whole point of doing it is, and just kind of my intentions behind it, because I have some new people watching, and I don't think I really have gotten my main message across recently. So first, I just want to start by saying thank you for watching. I'm not really doing this for views or trying to go viral or whatever. Like, that's not my goal. I started this, one, because I just like to talk, and two, because I have a lot of younger siblings, and I don't live by them, and I don't really get to see them much, and I kind of started this as a way to kind of document and keep a diary of things that I have gone through in my life, so that maybe one day they'll go through something similar, or find themselves in the same or similar situation, and it helps to hear my point of view. I don't know, but they were a huge inspiration for this, and also I just really like doing things like this. So yeah, if there's anybody else that can relate or can, I don't know, I really like to talk, and I like meeting new people, and yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much it. But I really want to just emphasize the fact that I talk about my life on here. I talk about things that I go through. I talk about stories, situations, experiences, and although I don't drop any names unless they want to be named or they're okay with being named, I do realize that sometimes people can be identified just from putting two and two together, and I just really want to reiterate that my first intention is to never ever talk badly about somebody or just kind of hate on anybody. That's not my goal. I do talk about situations that impact me negatively or make me feel negative emotions, sad emotions. But for the most part, I do try my best to really reiterate that I'm not trying to use this as a way to just shit on people. That's not my goal. Unless it's warranted. No, I'm kidding. But no, I just wanted to kind of clear the air on that and get that out there. And I have no beef with anybody, and if I do, I will be very forthcoming with it, and names would probably be dropped. But that's neither here nor there. And today is not the day for that. Today is just I do have tea, so let's just get into that. So first of all, I moved, and well, let's just say that life definitely is different, and I have a lot of more people in my life that weren't in my life before. And there's also people missing from my life that were really present before, and the change has been drastic. I'll be actually so for real with that. How I imagined moving back here, because this is my college town, moving back here, how I pictured it and imagined it, it has not been anywhere close to that. So I have really been struggling with that and kind of settling into a different reality that I hadn't even thought of, with people that I didn't even know before moving here. So I do see my best friends all the time, and that has been so fabulous for my mental health and just everything overall. I found a new gym. I found a new church. I've been going on dates, which is a whole nother thing. Yeah, if you have watched previous episodes, specifically my episode about Hinge, this is kind of going off of that episode because I am now back on Hinge. I don't know, I've really just been trying to get out there and meet new people, and I have gone on a couple dates, couple things, and nobody I'm in love with, which is okay. That's okay. I have met some really cool people from lots of different backgrounds. I met this one guy that spoke 7 different languages, and we went to a Mexican restaurant, and he ordered for us in Spanish, and that was really cool. Super cool person to meet. I've reconnected with people that I used to know when I lived here that I hadn't talked to in a couple years. So that's been kind of fun. Yeah, I guess one thing, so there's a couple things that I want to talk about specifically when it comes to dating apps and Hinge. We're just going back to that topic because I have more things to add on my issues with dating apps and just using the internet to find a date in general. Okay, here's my thing. I'm realizing that I'm a way more picky of a person than I thought I was. And I am trying to be better. I am trying to branch out. But nonetheless, sometimes it does get in the way. But one thing I do want to, it's kind of sad, kind of serious, kind of boring. But one thing that I've really been struggling with when it comes to dating apps is the fact that it just like talking about my family, I granted I love talking about my family, don't get me wrong, but it is really hard to bring up the fact that your mom died. And like I don't know if anybody else can relate to this, but like having somebody ask about your family and ask about, like, I don't know. Or, like, I went on a date with a guy and I showed him a picture of my family. And the most recent one that I have is of me, my dad, and my siblings. And he kind of looked at it. He didn't say anything about it, but I could tell he was, like, looking at it and was like, something must be going on with her mom, or where's her mom, you know, because the mom wasn't in the picture. And that's also been kind of a heart block for me because, and I made a TikTok about this. Hey, can we play with this on the floor? Norman, thank you. I did make a TikTok about this because, it was around Mother's Day that it kind of hit me where I was like, you know, I realized that I am slightly emotionally unavailable, and I think I have been for a while. And part of it, I think, has to do with the fact that the reality has hit that my mom is gone, and anybody that like, the next person that I date, or anybody that I date moving forward, the person that I marry, that I have kids with, hopefully one day, will never meet her. And that kind of kills me. Like, that's actually such a hard reality to sit with, and it's really hard. Like, I don't know, I've really been struggling to really open, like, I've been super open to, like, meet people and go on dates and things like that and just have a good time, but I've really been struggling to, like, actually open up and feel things because, one, I just have been tired of being let down, but two, like, I just, it really hurts me that, like, they'll never meet my mom, and she was my best friend, and I think that, that's a really hard reality to sit with. So if anybody can relate to that, one, I'm sorry, but two, I feel you, you know? Yeah. Another thing is just that I'm realizing, dating really sucks. And I've been kind of appalled by the behavior of these men out here, you know? And this is not me being like, oh, I hate men, men are the worst. I love men, but there are some creatures out there, man. You know, there are some guys who just really actually don't care. Which is wild because, like, it's emotionally unavailable as I am. Like, at least I care. And I'm gonna, like, be respectful of somebody, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I had met this one individual. I'll get into it. I guess. This one individual that I kind of branched out with. Definitely not somebody that I would usually pick out. Not somebody that's usually my type. And went out with him, and yeah, he just ended up kind of being a little spastic and a little controlling. Which is, I mean, that's fine. I'm sure there's somebody out there for that. I don't respond well to that. I can be quite bossy myself, so I don't love that, and I have big ideas and big opinions, and yeah, I don't like to play games either. That's another thing that I'm realizing a lot. There's a lot of people that are okay with playing games, and I'm not. Like, I'm almost a little too blunt, a little too honest, but honestly, like, it has saved me so much time, I think. You know? Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Yeah. I'm really realizing a lot of things about myself, though, through this process of like, really putting myself out there, you know? Major daddy issues, for sure. Like, it's just blaringly, what am I trying to say? It's really obvious. my daddy issues. I guess going back to and touching on the subject that there's a lot of people that were in my life that are no longer in my life. I think there was a friend group that I was a part of. Again, I really don't care if people are going to try and connect the dots on this. Also, side tangent, I wanted to say this in the beginning of the episode, and I kind of spaced it, but There's been a couple people that have been trying to figure out who I'm talking about, and maybe even assuming that I am talking about somebody that I'm not. And here's my thing: I'm not trying to be cryptic. I'm not trying to give you Easter eggs and try and, that's not my point. My point is to just talk about the experience, and I'm going to try to be more mindful and be a little bit more respectful of certain individuals, but for the most part, sorry, not sorry. This is my social media, and anybody can have a podcast. We live in amazing times. Anybody can do this, and I'm going to talk about things that happened to me in my life, and I'm sorry if you are somebody that gets talked about. I'm not trying to do all of that. I don't know. Yeah. So never assume I'm talking about somebody, because so far only one person has been right about who I'm talking about. So we'll just say that. But okay, so going back to, I was a part of a friend group before I moved to my hometown, or near my hometown, and I'm not really a part of that friend group anymore. I think there's a part of me that is really heartbroken about it, because I did fall in love with just all of them on a really deep friendship level, or at least I saw it that way. I really cared for all of them, still do, and I really deeply respect all of them still. But I really don't talk to any of them anymore. I'll see them out, a few of them, and I'll, say hi, whatever. But it's definitely not how it was, and there is a part of me that is really heartbroken for that. But there's also a part of me that is really thankful and grateful that I got the time with them that I did, that I learned the things that I did. And it's led me to where I am now, where I have reconnected with people that I haven't talked to in years, And it's also led me to kind of give my heart a little break, and really try and branch out. And man, am I trying. I don't know. And maybe it could just be me distracting myself or trying to distract myself, but I've really enjoyed just trying to meet people and get to know other people. And I've even kind of developed a little crush on someone. Will it go anywhere? Probably not. I'm just super stoked about the fact that I'm able to have a crush on someone. I haven't really had that since, and it's just really refreshing, and I'm okay if it doesn't really go anywhere, but it's just confirmation that, my heart still works, and it's growth. This is growth. I'm considering it growth. We're growing. We're moving on to bigger and better things, and I'm pumped about it, honestly. But yeah, I don't know. I think this move has been really, really good. I've been here for 4 or 5 weeks now. And it's just been kind of one learning lesson after another, but I guess as is life. I am starting to definitely notice things about my age. Particularly, one, I got Botox for the first time out of necessity. I have had Botox before, but it was mostly experimental for the place that I was working at. Now I got it, and I'll be I'm super honest and transparent about that. I don't have anything else done except for my lashes are fake, and now my forehead is fake, kind of, because I had some deep lines, and I know, there were so many people, especially my coworkers, who were like, Emily, you can't even see them, you can't notice them, whatever. They were there, they were apparent, and you know what? I'm not ashamed of it. I don't have the lines anymore, and my face feels tight and snatched, and that's how I like it, and I'm okay with that. And anybody that has a problem with that, sorry, I don't I don't know. I like it, and that's all that matters. But yeah, that was also just kind of a wake up call of like, oh my god, like I now have to, I have to be aware of wrinkles and lines, and like that's so sad. That's so sad to me. But you know what? I don't know. Getting the Botox was kind of fun. I'll be honest, it was kind of fun. I don't really want to be plastic and fake, but and I'm trying to think of what else I've done. Let me look at my notes. Hold. I've really touched on everything. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll save that for another episode. I'll save that for another episode. Norman. But yeah, I guess to just kind of recap and touch a little bit more on, I don't know. Hinge is annoying. Dating apps are annoying. I was let back into my Tinder. That is an update. If you had watched my initial episode where I talk about dating apps, you would have known that for some reason Tinder like kicked me off for literally no reason. I just like couldn't log into my account, and I had like 3 accounts on there. I'm back in. I figured it out. There's only one Emily Sullivan out there, and but it's been kind of, it's Tinder. It's not, I'm not loving it. I'm not loving Hinge either. Yeah, so if anybody just wants to come find me in my apartment, I think that would be easiest, most convenient for me. I don't know. LOL. But I guess, yeah, I can end it. I'm trying to think if there's any other drama that I wanted to touch on. I feel like there was, and I feel like I'm forgetting it. I don't know. I have a crush on someone. I'm no longer talking to people I was talking to. I don't know. I guess I've just been getting DMs of, that's kind of the drama, is I've been getting a lot of messages of people thinking that I'm talking about them on my little show. It's not a show, but and you know what? If I'm talking about you on my show, please be flattered, because that means you're impacting my life in some way, positive or negative. And who knows, maybe you think I'm talking about you and I'm not, because that's been the reality for a lot of the messages that I've been getting. I'm like, how do I tell them I'm not talking about them? But yeah, so I guess that's just the message of this podcast. I like to talk about my life, and I'm sorry if I talk about you, but just be flattered, I guess. That's all I have to say. But as always, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, I super appreciate you. Love you so big. If there's anything that I missed, or you want more info on, more tea on, either leave a comment, message me, whatever. My social media handles all across the board are at Emily Ann Sullivan. Yeah, find me on there. Shoot me a message. I really don't care. But yeah, I really appreciate everybody who watches my stuff. Again, definitely not out here trying to get views, but I mean, hey, if there's somebody that relates or wants to come on the show even, I will say my first guest is reserved, and they will be on here hopefully soon. I'm thinking next episode will actually be with them. So stay tuned to see who my first guest is, and that'll be a fun episode. I'm still in the works of planning it, but that will be a fun episode. And then after that, you know what? The world is my oyster. Whoever wants to come on the show can come on the show. Talk about good things, talk shit, gossip, whatever. I think it would be fun. So, whoever wants to come on the show, let me know. Maybe I'll let you on. But yeah, anyways, so until next episode, I guess. I'll see you later. Thanks.